Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to be here Sunday doing a live with my good buddy, my podmate, my pal, my soul sister, Rainey Marie Highley. And I'm very excited for you all to get to know Rainey because she's amazing, right? She's so amazing. So I'm going to bring Rainey on in just a few minutes, but I just wanted to let you know that we're going to be live for about 45 minutes to an hour. You know me, I go a little bit long. And this is my really good friend, so I'm going to be wanting to chat with her like for a long time. And we'll definitely have her back. But I'm so excited to bring to you her world, which is an amazing and beautiful world. So we're going to have the chat box open in Zoom. If you're watching live on the lifestyle page in Facebook, we'll go back and read the comments. And if you have questions you posted there, Rainey and I will go back and take a look and help answer those questions. So if you're on Zoom, we have chat, we have the Q&A box, we'll take questions, but without further ado, hi Melanie, welcome. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring in Rainey. And Rainey, I'm gonna promote you to panelist. So just say yes, and then we'll bring you on. So as that gets set up, all right, when Rainey's coming in, let's see. Ask to unmute, and let's see if we can start the video.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Shannon. I have to say, I love the water background. It's perfect.
Well, I just have to say, I took the quiz and I found my soul tribe, so I might as well be
well,
in my cosmic cetacean soul tribe.
And I'm gonna just guess that you probably scored like 100% cosmic. I don't know, but
well, I loved the questions. The questions were a journey in themselves.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the questions that you created for this quiz. So if you haven't taken the quiz yet, go to the link and findmysoultribe.com will get you to the quiz. Okay, take the quiz because the questions are so thought-provoking. They almost make you time travel through like your soul's like Akashic records to really go, oh yeah, that's a yes for me. Or no, that's not a yes for me.
Well, some of the questions I put in there, I thought, I mean, some of them, and it was really spirit led me to do the whole quiz. So, but, the questions like, do you feel like you don't want to make karmic ties with the earth, right? By having children, like that's an intense question, and it's one of those that most of my family and friends are like, Rainey, don't put that in there. No one's going to say yes to that. I'm like, I think there might be a few. And I mean, and people are saying yes to it. So I know, that's what makes me feel so good about kind of like seeing results come in. I mean, obviously I don't see who they are, but I see like, oh, there's a light warrior came in. Oh, no, here's a, ambassador of light. Here's a cosmic cetacean. So I'm getting excited because I'm seeing all of these tribes coming together and more people coming out. And I just think about like what it would have done for us if we had known about it, back in 2011. Right?
Right, exactly.
10 years ago.
Which is so hard to believe. So for those of you just meeting, and she's got her blue love water bottle. Yes. Right? Is that the water code?
Kaden, my friend out in Hawaii, makes these.
Yes. So we'll have to.
I'm going to guess she's a cosmic cetacean, though I don't know yet for sure.
Okay, we don't know. We don't have the results in yet for sure, but I'm going to place a bet. So for those of you who are just getting to know Rainey for the first time, I just want to let you know how we met, because how we met was really magical. And so in 2010, we have a mutual another good friend, Benoit Le Chevalier, total sweetheart, cosmic cetacean on the planet, I'm sure, plus many other things. And so I had a vision of having a group of highly spiritual healer people come together to swim in the oceans with the wild dolphins. I thought it was whales, but it turned into wild dolphins, and then it turned into whales. I was a little reversed. But we were supposed to come together in this vision, and we were in the water, we were doing healings, we were learning from the dolphins and the whales how to be on this planet, and like how to help and heal and be, you know, help the planet rise. And we were going to learn that through the dolphins and the whales, the cetaceans. So I just basically had to get out of the way for this vision to take form. And Rainey was one of the most amazing people that just dropped out of the
We did. Like, dropped off the ship somewhere.
This was so great. So sight unseen, she had, you know, Benoit, our good friend, who said yes to going on the journey, and we went to Hawaii for a 7-day private retreat with Joan Ocean on the Big Island. It was our first time being with the wild spinner dolphins, and it was just like, we still talk about it. It was so amazing. It was life-changing. Right. So Benoit was the one who read your first book.
I know, like, and there's really only a handful of people who've even read my first book, because I like wrote it, put it out there, and then like went and hit, you know, like, I can't put that out there. I did my job. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to, like, you know, be a recruiter. I'm going to stay in the third dimension.
Right.
I'm going to put my head in the sand. Yeah. But Benoit was like, he's my soul tribe. That's what happens when you meet your soul tribe members. And it was like something happening, pulling us together that you felt intuitively.
Yes.
You know, and I think about how significant that trip was, you know, it's like,
yes.
It changed everything for me. And I think most people on the trip would say something similar, you know, like,
definitely.
I mean, just being in the energy of Joan and Jean-Luc. I mean, for those of you out there who have not had the pleasure of interacting with Joan and Jean-Luc in person, they are just like, you know, I was talking to Shannon the other day, and I said, Joan's like, you know, the queen of the cosmic cetaceans, and Jean-Luc's like the king of the light dragon, you know, and they're like together, this powerful combination. And there was something so potent about that trip. You know, it was like, there's just this remembering, it was this connection with all of you. Like, I mean, I had been with I've never felt such a connection, you know, it's just this soul connection where it was like, wow, this is my tribe. Like my truth just feels like it resonates with you. Like I could be so open with you.
Yes, yes. And I just love our story because as the conduit for really explaining to all of our lovely ladies in the community how a soul tribe comes together when you're really, your heart's in the right place, you're just earnest about your desire to be part of a soul tribe community, and then the universe responds, basically. Yeah. You know, like we just had this wonderful like coming together of all these moments that just made, like, meeting you, having this journey, having the experience that we had together as well as individually, and then where it led you, you know, from that time, I think is amazing.
Totally. Well, and you just don't, I don't know, you don't even understand while you're in the moment how significant it is. It was like after being out and living 10 more years, I look back at that moment and I'm like, wow, that was significant. You know, it's like,
it was a marker.
It was like, man, life wasn't just like that trip, you know, a continuous dolphin trip. That would have been great. Yeah, but, totally. You know what I mean? Like that was like such a special moment. So
yes,
you know,
yes, totally.
And it's like now looking back at it, I feel like what we can do to the ladies, the lunar ladies in this group, is we can help them know that there are others out there like them. You know?
Yes. So talk to us. So just when you go to Rainey's website, it's a beautiful authenticity.com. You got videos on YouTube. Your website's beautiful, and you get to, you know, read about Rainey. She's the author of 7 books. She's a soul tribe teacher and guide. She's a goddess yoga instructor, like just amazing. And then all the other things involved and wrapped into that, life coach, international life coach, gone all over the world, sacred places. So tell us, Rainey, like, you know, finding our soul tribe, like, why are people feeling that they want that so badly? Like, what's this about?
I mean, I will say that like finding and understanding soul tribes has really been like the biggest piece. It's been the biggest aha moment for me in my entire life. So it's been huge. Um, just knowing that I'm not alone. There's others out there like me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But also B, that you've got a group of people waiting to support you. Like I would love, like, I'm like, how can I support you and Benoit? And I know you all feel the same. It's like that sort of like deep connection where you're like, okay, I know one of my goals on this planet is to help everybody else here succeed, right? You just feel
Yes.
like that. Like,
yes.
So for me, it was just an aha moment that I wasn't alone on this planet. There were others like me. And now with the perspective of all these years from when I first came here until now, I can tell you that being with my soul tribe members has been the most special time I've ever had on this planet. It's just like, I mean, just the cosmic cetaceans every time with you guys and with Joan and being with the whales and just like downloads and messages from the dolphins and the whales. And it's like, so, I mean, I just remember being in tears because it was so much like home. You know?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I think it's really interesting because you come from, before you had like your awakening and the shift within you, like you were very much in the world as
Yeah.
far as, so could you tell just a little bit quickly from, for the people who are just getting to know you, like,
Yeah.
who were you in the 3D world? And then how did the jump happen? Because I think a lot of people are in the jump.
Yeah, so that's a great question. I was plugging along. I went to law school. I was like, I'm going to change the world and be a lawyer. And, went through that whole experience of like going into a law firm and being really miserable and feeling like I was not on my right path and just feeling like fingernails down the chalkboard, like my soul is screaming, Rainey, Rainey, wake up. No, no, no. And yet everyone else in my life is like, oh, you're on a good path. That's a really good path. So there was a lot of conflict because I was doing the right thing and it was stuff that, other people thought was really good or cool or whatever. But in my soul, I was miserable. It was not feeding my soul at all. And some people law will feed their soul, but not for me personally. So, for me, it was this journey of discovering that, look, there wasn't anything wrong with me, but that if I did not listen to my soul, I was always going to feel that way. It was like the most important thing I think I could say to anyone out there that you could do in your whole life is to listen to your soul. Listen to your soul path, really honor that uniqueness in you because it's like every time I would be like, okay, I'm going to do what society wants me to do. And it feels really good. And my soul's like, no. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I got to go do the soul work again. And then I'd go off and I'd be like, no, not security. I go off again. So it's like, I mean, I know what people are going through. It's really hard to make that jump. You feel like you're leaping from, all of this stability and security into this unknown world where it's like not structured in the same way. And so it's a scary thing for people, but I would say what's scarier is not doing it.
Right. Right. Yes. What can result as not having enough faith or courage to just take that leap? Because I know a lot of people go, well, I'd be too different from my family. Will anybody recognize me? Like they look at their relationships or, or they're in their marriage or something like that. And that also is kind of a little bit of a block or, a place where they're like, well, I want to stick in my kind of that family tribe. Right. So I think it's really interesting with where you're taking us now into identifying who we are as a soul, finding others like-hearted, like-minded who are part of our soul tribe family. And then I think that's going to bring such an easier leap of faith because they're not like, excommunicating themselves because they're.
I'm going to, what you're saying, Shannon, is really important because like, I mean, I felt that way about putting out this book. I'm like, okay, is my dad going to be like, okay, great, my daughter's an alien? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, how do you come out and say this stuff? So that's been a real struggle for me for 15 years. And
Yeah.
finally it was that thing of like, I have to speak my truth. I have to, because there are other people out there suppressing their truth,
Yeah.
and they could be relieved by speaking it. So what I will tell people out there who are listening and thinking, gosh, I don't want to like awaken something that's going to frighten off my family.
Yeah.
What I discovered is my family, who I thought was totally 3D.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're like, I mean, I've got ambassadors of light. I've got galactic shamans. I've got a light dragon. Yeah. So you think that you'd be excommunicated and that you're so different. And what you don't realize is there's probably in your own family, people struggling with the exact same thing.
Right, exactly. And sometimes when I look at astrology charts, and I'll kind of look at her house of family and lineage, and you can see why like a soul is attracted to a particular family tree.
Yeah.
And so I love that's also another validation to say, well, the people in your family, you're attracted to them for certain reasons, whether it's to learn something, to help each other, but more than likely it's because you come from a similar soul tribe.
Well, and that is just so interesting, Shannon, that you say that, because I'm like, with your whole galactic shaman wisdom, I mean, and all of the astrology and everything, I'm just like, I feel like there's some way for this to be integrated into it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, definitely, because I feel like you getting your download, your awakening, right? And then the downloads and the books and you learning from your own. I love did you term yourself? I remember when we first met in Hawaii, was an interdimensional channeler?
oh, communicator. Yeah.
Communicator. That's right. I remember when you said that. Totally, because we were all sitting around Joan's table like on day one of the retreat. And we were going around like, hi, I'm Shannon. I live in Alameda. Hi, I'm Janet. I'm Linda. And it was just, Rainey, you can tell the story, but you just shared who you were, like point blank. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I've never put those words together. And they created like just this, it was like an entrainment, when you said who you were.
Yeah.
You just have to say that.
It was like, well, and I appreciate it because it was like almost like a bell going off or something for me. It was like, yes, you can speak your truth. And in fact, this is going to be the most important, significant time in your life. Every time I've spoken my truth, I look back, because I mean, losing my mom, recently and stuff.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
But it's okay because she's on the other side and she's happy and it's great. Like, I think about what my life is, I want to look back at my life and feel that I did everything that I could. And, I don't know if you ever listened to Michael Beckwith.
Yes. Oh yeah.
His energy. But anyway, he talks about don't waste your incarnation.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's a teacher.
Right? I know. That's like hardcore. And I was
that's hardcore.
I wake up and I'm like, Rainey, you better not be wasting your incarnation, So that's what's like motivates me to speak my truth and write these books. And, it was really hard for me to speak my truth back then. That was and then I shut down for a few years again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like you got like the picture of what was coming and what people were going to need. And they kind of like, your guides were kind of testing it out and just helping you like, get used to it. But I feel like this time now, like in the decade of the 2020s, like astrologically, there's a lot of Aquarius energy. That's where we're going to start on winter solstice on the 21st, right? This is like the new rainy holiday. This is the soul family holiday. Because we're like christening the cruise ship to be like leaving the port, and we're going to be like sailing in our soul tribe energy for the next 10 years. So I feel like you now and ladies, listen up because this is so cool. So Rainey's like, she launches her book on 11/11, right? So, I mean, that's like, I know, right? Pure planning. Like that was just so great. And now like we're gonna have this big Aquarius super conjunction that's just gonna like stimulate a lot of people to wake up. It's kind of like we're all getting like zzz, you know?
Totally.
And when they wake up, we wake up, we're like, there's a book, there's a tribe, there's a place. Oh, there's Rainey. I like her. She's awesome. You already created home.
You're so sweet, Shannon. I mean, but I think about that, like I think about that book Family of Light that Barbara Marciniak channeled. You know, I mean, that book in 2003, that was like my life's preserver, that book. I read it over and over. I was like, okay, I'm not alone. There's someone else out here. You know what I mean? But I couldn't make sense of it all. It was really a journey to make sense of it all. And I feel like I'm so excited to kind of share this with people because I feel like it's going to save them the same mistakes, you know, the same bumping into doors, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then like coming up, like when you came up to those things where I did it, I put it out there, and then I felt like I had to go and hide because like we were sharing on our phone call, like, you know, people weren't just ready yet. You know, they were getting there.
Well, and that's something I will say to people is don't hold back based on there not being an audience. You know, because that's my life. They'll come later.
They're coming. Build it and they will come.
We'll give birth to them and there'll be a whole new generation and they'll be here.
Right, exactly. The babies born like now are going to be the ones that will be like reading, like, you know, that's going to be the book under their pillow because
they'll be like, this makes total sense.
This is me. I'm all of these things. So Rainey, take us through, like, so we take the quiz and then we discover, like, tell us the 9 types that are in your book. Because if you don't have the Soul Tribe, Soul Family book, I had to show John Luke's picture.
Oh, I love John Luke's picture. Here's the book.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Please forgive that it's taking so long to get to paperback, but it is available in Kindle, right?
Yes, it's available in Kindle right here. And I'm getting the paperback.
Okay, yes, it'll be. But there are 9 tribes in here. And so the first tribe of the soul family is light workers. Those are like, you know, people who are here bringing more light to the earth. They're kind of the people who, you know, want positive, you know, let's not talk about the negative. I don't want to talk about the dark, really good natural manifester type people. Then you've got light warriors who are totally different than that. And this was a big aha moment for me. These are the frontline warriors of the battle between dark and light.
Oh, wow.
So if someone says, oh, there's no dark, it's all light, they're not a light warrior. Okay. There might be a light worker, but they're not a light warrior. Light warriors are intimately like facing the dark all the time. You know what I mean? They're the people who kind of like go down. Oh, someone took the test. Yay. You know, might go down the rabbit hole of curiosity about darkness. But what they're here to do is to be like the warriors, frontline warriors. There's keepers of the grid. Those are people who are like creating crystal grids and putting sacred objects in very, you know, sacred places around the globe. Like when I was on my Egypt trip, I met a bunch of keepers of the grid who were there putting stuff in the Great Pyramid and in these different places, like little crystals or doing. Yeah. So, and oceans. Yeah. So, the keepers of the grid are very aware of balancing the frequencies of the planet, and they are opening and closing energetic portals.
Oh, wow.
You know, so that's a really important thing. Then we've got light dragons, and that's the rarest of all of the tribes. I've only met 2 or 3 in my whole life. Wow. They're the most ancient. They're associated with fire and the original sound of creation. Same with the cosmic cetaceans, you know, the the light and the water, the dragon and the fire. Anyway, so the cosmic, the light dragons are going to be people who are really deeply connected to seeding this earth and probably feel really alone because they don't have many people who are like them, or they haven't met other people who are like them. So I would say they may be in most of need of connecting with other tribe members. And you've got the cosmic cetaceans, which you know all about. Every time I look at John Luke's, any of his pictures, I'm like, okay, he knows the cosmic cetaceans, right? In his pictures. Yeah.
Totally.
So, cosmic cetaceans are closely aligned with water, and they're here helping to raise the vibration of planet Earth with the assistance of the collective of water. So it's a very powerful group here on the planet, sending out light codes and information through water all through the planet. Like Dr. Emoto, okay?
What was it like to meet Dr. Emoto? I'm sorry, I just had to ask.
No. That was like the pinnacle of my life. I really thought, okay, I'm gonna die now because I'm like, I have reached the pinnacle. It was so exciting. I remember I was like, I'm gonna go see Dr. Emoto. I was so excited to be there. It was in Sedona, Angel Valley.
Yeah.
And he was just the most humble, gentle soul, you know, just like all high vibrational people, you know, the more humble, and you just can tell there's such a old soul. But one thing I remember from Dr. Emoto, and I will never, ever forget this, and this is what I will share with you and all the ladies out there, is that he said the most important thing you can do, the thing that water responds to more than anything, is singing a song, like singing a song. So like literally every morning when I wake up, I have a list of like my favorite songs on my Pandora, and I'll play them and I'll like sing them out loud. No, I don't have a good voice, but I do it because I know that my water is like excited and it's making shapes and vibrations, and it's getting my whole body is getting structured.
Wow.
Really, I went to that when I was battling with my health issues. I remembered him saying that, and I was like, I could hear my mom saying, Rainey, remember what Dr. Emoto said, you need to be singing. And ever since I've been singing, I have been cancer free, you know, knock on wood, things have been amazing. So that's a really big piece of information that I feel like he shared.
Oh my God. That is like a game changer gift for your life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially if you're dealing with a health crisis like cancer, you know?
I have to tell you, man, that was like getting a cancer diagnosis feels like a kick in the gut. You know, it feels like I thought, how am I going to come up from this? Like, how am I going to recover from it? And it was through singing. I mean, I know it sounds so cheesy, but it was literally singing and playing with my puppies. That's a priority in my life. Like, that's a daily priority to get that happiness in.
Yeah, that's like breathing. Like, I need that to live. I need that to be well and vibrant again. And
exactly.
And just like the Japanese, I don't know, the art form with a vase breaks and they put it back together and they seal it with gold and it's stronger than it was before it broke. You know?
Yes. Well, and I felt like, you know, and I think about some of the warrior ladies that you've got in your group.
Right? I'm excited.
I know. And by the way, I do have a comb. And I have some tools here if you are very interested in doing your warrior hair. Okay.
Yes, that's Nikki Dog. She wants warrior hair. Thank you. Oh, we'll have to watch your live or your video tutorial.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, but I think about the warrior women in this group, and it's like, man, if you get hit with something as big as cancer, don't let it take you down. Remember that you've signed up for it, that you're like, I was like, that's when I got my power back. I was like, of course I signed up for this. On the other side, I'm sure I was like, oh, it'll be no big deal. I can do that. Right. Oh, add that in there. Oh, lose your mom. Okay, whatever. I mean, sign up for it all. I'm sure you did too.
Well, I bet you when you were on the other side and you said, will this help people? And your guide said, yes. And you're like, okay, I'll do it.
Right. And then we're like,
so brave.
No.
So brave. Oh.
so glad that I have you in my life, Shannon. I am.
Oh,
I
really?
am. And I think about like, I have like felt like you were a sister, you and Linda Light and all of the ladies and the men on our trip,
Yes.
it was
Yes.
just like, it was really profound.
It was.
And I thank the queen of cosmic cetaceans for all she's done.
Right? Like in the morning, like in like, morning prayers, I'm like, oh, wait till you
Thank
smell.
you, Joan.
I know. And God bless St. Joan
Totally.
and St. John Luke.
Truly though, but without John Luke, there would be so many dimensions we would have no visuals of.
Exactly. So I'm also going to post Jean-Luc's website because he does this interdimensional, amazing, like visual art, and he has a DVD where you go through the animation of his art. Like, remember when we did that?
That was next level.
That was total next level. Totally. Oh my God. Like, ladies, can you just imagine swimming with Rainey for 7 days on the Big Island? Like, isn't that like a dream come true? And she's a good swimmer, by the way. Like, you're so strong.
Shannon and Linda literally swim like mermaids. You have a mermaid kick. I can't even compete with that.
Oh, I just remember too, I had the GoPro camera and I didn't know how to use it at all. And I was basically crying because I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. And Rainey's like, I'll take the GoPro camera and you got the best videos.
Oh, good. I was you know what? Putting all those videos together like totally helped me in my business later on, but I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have to post the video that Rainey made of our trip. It was, I watched that and I started
haven't seen that in so long. Yes, post it. So where it is.
Oh, I'll post it. I have it like in my saved videos.
Yes, the special.
Yes. So I'm sorry to take you off the track. We were like hanging out with, we went from light dragons, cosmic cetaceans. Oh, that's where we got off track.
So there's ancient ancestors and there's galactic neighbors. And I think that's all of them. So ancient ancestors are people who came back from like Lemuria and Atlantis, or Avalon, or ancient Egypt. So people who lived on this planet before in ancient times. And then the galactic neighbors are all of our wonderful galactic neighbors who are helping us, like the Pleiadians and the Venusians and the Andromedans and the Lyrans and Syrians and Orions. I mean, so there's a lot of them out there.
Yes, there's a lot of ladies in our community that are, have star seed markings in their chart, and they feel very connected to discovering that aspect of their soul identity too. So I think that I love that you are bringing us into that. You brought that space into the Soul Tribe experience.
Well, I thought it was important because when I was doing the shamanic training back in October, there was like, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, she's definitely Arcturian. Oh, she's from Andromeda. I mean, I could just see like all the different people represented, and I just knew I'm supposed to put this out for people.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, these are people who have an entire group on the other side watching them.
Yes.
You're the person, you're one of the few people who got to incarnate.
Right.
We can laugh about that here on Earth.
Yeah, we can totally laugh about that. I swear, when everybody like incarnates after this in some other star system, they're gonna be like, "You were where on planet Earth in 2020?"
They're like, how in the world did you survive planet Earth in the 20th century?
Totally.
Like, thanks to lunar ladies and Shannon.
And Rainey Marie Highley and Divine Macroverse and Watercode and Soul Family.
Well, I'm just like, I want to thank you for like helping me feel safe and a part of a family. Because of you and because of our tribe, I was able to go out there and put this together and figure it out,
Wow.
it's like a lot of people don't know that they have such support out there. And it's just such a relief to find out like, okay, there's others like me. And I can tell you from the results coming in from the quiz, there's definitely others like you. How about that? Okay.
Isn't that exciting? Okay, so when we take the quiz and we discover, and then we're like, oh my gosh, how do we go to start finding others like us?
Okay, so the first thing I would recommend is hopping on. I'm doing a free 5-day live training that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely sign up for the free live training. I mean, this is going to be amazing.
So this is me just kind of introducing the concepts. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the different tribes and kind of the characteristics, so you know how to, oh, that's an Arcturian, that's an Andromedan, or, you know, that's a light dragon or a light warrior. Just kind of having that framework is I think very helpful, because then you're not as put off by people. Because some people like meeting light warriors and you're real light and happy cosmic cetacean, you might be like, what are you? Right?
Yeah, you're like a little aggressive for me.
Yeah. Like, you need to drink some harmonized water here.
Right? Did you sing to your water this morning, light warrior? They're like, what?
But yeah, so that's going to be the step one, is to join in on that training. And then I've got a plan of how I'm going to do a year-long program that is, it's called Soul Family Academy. And I'll be talking more about that during the 5-day training, but it's going to be a place for us to every month come together in a group call, and also come together for, you'll love this, Shannon, new moon ceremonies and full moon ceremonies. So we'll be new moon intention setting, full moon releasing. And and so that's going to be the beginning of it. And then I have plans for a soul family reunion 3-day retreat in Sedona in June 2021. So that's going to be where we'll start off. And then what I'm hoping, kind of my big long-term vision, is I would love to see enough people in each of the groups that we could do retreats just for, you know, light warriors, or a retreat just for galactic shamans, or, you know, a retreat just for ancient ancestors, so that people can really have that in-depth time connecting with others in their soul tribe.
Oh, wow. Right. And then get like, you know, kind of a deeper remembrance of who they are, and maybe get some more training and just feeling more confident and stepping fully in. Like,
yeah. And you're making a good point in that, you know, what this is it's fun. It's more fun, you know, it's fun, but it's also a feeling of home and connection, and a feeling of like, of knowingness. You know what I mean? Like when you find out, like all of the tribe information is ultimately, we're all the same soul family. We're all one, you know, we all come from source, but understanding these differences is a fun way to relate to each other on earth right now. You know?
Yes, right. Because then I think, like we were talking earlier about, once we like get really like healed by discovering our soul tribe and who we are in our soul tribe. And then it's just like that bigger picture of when we come together as all these like tribes and then we start realizing, oh, we could add your gifts here and your gifts here, and then we do this other thing.
Well, and I feel like the tribes were almost, you know, in some ways, not having that understanding pulled us apart a little, because we couldn't see each other. And this 2020 has been a big aha moment for me, because I'm here in Sedona seeing a bloodbath going on between people in the, you know, metaphysical community over politics. And
wow.
You know what I mean? It's like people really in deep on both sides. And I just thought, you know, we're not supposed to be pulled apart. We're supposed to be coming together. We're supposed to be remembering who we are. This is what's happening, is we're being called into reunion with our soul tribes. We're being called into reunion with our soul family. And it's like, after a year of so much chaos and so much division, what a wonderful thing to come together in unity and in support of one another. And just say, look, we're here on this planet. We're here to do our mission. You know, like I don't want to waste my incarnation. I want to make sure I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, right. Because that's like fulfilling your purpose and your mission. And you're like, you wake up in the morning instead of like, oh, what am I going to do today? It's like, oh, how can I fulfill my mission today? Or how can I like really live my incarnational purpose today?
Yes.
That's a whole different question than like, what should I do today?
It's a whole different question. It is. And it allows the universe to kind of like use you, as a tool. I mean, there's probably a better way to say it, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I just think it's so fun to look at you and go and to see how the universe has used you in form, right? All this consciousness and light and love and grace and really a passion for helping, the vibration lift, and expand that God force love energy. It's kind of fun to see like how you've been tapped on the shoulder, right? Before even anybody knew what a tap on the shoulder was.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, it's been this intense initiation, kind of into the fifth dimension is the way I view it. Right. And it's like, seeing if you're gonna like hang on, like, hang on there.
Yeah, totally.
But it's been really rewarding because I feel like it pulls out a sort of strength. It's like it's a strength I forgot I had, but then I was like, oh yeah, of course I can handle this. Of course I could do this. Like, who else is going to do this? So ladies out there who are going through like hardcore stuff in your life, like, of course it's you signed up for this because you're the warrior, there's a lot of really badass warrior women out there who are incarnated,
Yeah, exactly. We're almost a little bit like, if you feel like you haven't been activated yet, to jump in and kind of get more out of your comfort zone and get out there and kind of share your authenticity, right? Who you really are.
It's the only way. That's what I've learned. It's the only way. Like, doing anything else is just being distracted from this path.
Yeah, and I think with 2020 as a microcosm of stripping away a lot of like how we used to kind of be, and that was good enough. So all that's getting like torn away. No, that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, can't do that. Can't do that. Right? And so I think in a lot of ways, it's helping us go, well, I'm now stripped down raw. What's next? Like, from this place where I don't have all this distraction,
right?
I can make that choice to be a light warrior, to be,
Well, I feel like we're being asked, how are we going to be stepping out into this new earth? How are we stepping out into these new frequencies, this new dimension? And I think understanding your soul tribe and the mission of your tribe helps you step out with more confidence. It's like, I mean, for me, ambassador of light, I channel a council, like, that's out there. And I used to think like, oh my God, like, my lawyer background, I'm like, I can't tell anyone this. And then like people over the years started popping up like, hey, I actually talked to a council too. And then I'd be like, really? And so you start to realize like, you're not alone. You're not a freak. There's others out there. You're doing what you came here to do. You're right on path.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Another cool thing, like when you take the quiz and then when you're reading in the book, you share like, so we have our primary soul tribe and then a secondary. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. So everyone is going to test as having a primary soul tribe and also having a secondary. And those are like, you came in with a minimum of 2 soul tribes. Okay. So you came in with your most primary connection, which is going to be your overriding soul mission. And then you've got like a secondary group, which is like a supplemental mission, I guess you could say. So it's almost, I think, there to catch you. You know what I mean? Like, we met as cosmic cetaceans, but I know on your journey, you've probably met amazing galactic shamans. I would agree.
Yes, I have.
Right? Like, and then I've met these amazing galactic shamans here that I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to meet. You know what I mean? Like, I want,
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's just going to, it's my hope that people are going to have a sense of coming home, sense of like, yes, you're okay. You're perfect where you are. I know it seems like you're going through like a lot with the weight of the world on your shoulders, but you're not alone,
Yeah, I love that sense of coming home and how you frame like when we meet, it's a reunion. It's not like meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
So I feel like in our kind of soul journey, it's like, okay, I'm just picking up where I left off in another incarnation, or oh, here I am again, part of this mission or part of this journey. I just think that that is so for a lot of people who feel like, oh no, am I starting from scratch? I got to catch up. There's so much
Right.
right? It's like, no,
Totally.
pick up where you left off. You're just
Yeah.
remembering you're coming home.
Exactly. And it's such a feeling of relief because it's like, no, that's not my path. That's not, all your mind is like, is that my path? No. Is that my path? I was doing law, I think about what people do, all their paths. And then you're like, anytime that you're driven solely by money, it's probably not your path.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, although I would love for money to flow and abundance to always come with your path as well, but that is not going to be your primary, motivation. It's going to be that your soul wants to do this more than anything in the world.
Yeah,
right?
like you drink it, you taste it, you sleep, that's your thing. Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, the other element of being part of the soul tribe and the soul family, like you were saying in the beginning, like we're here to lift each other up. We're here to support. So that's one of the things I'm really excited about the Aquarius age. It's like the economics of sharing.
Oh, yay.
This is my little example. Like you live in a neighborhood or a community and it's like, why do you have to have 10 lawnmowers? You don't. Have one lawnmower and everybody uses it.
Right.
Like those kinds of things. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to have everything you need, but you just need to be part of a community that has everything and you have access to everything.
Exactly. That's right. Well, and I mean, we are here as architects of this fifth dimension,
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, people, it's like we're stepping into it going, okay, what are we supposed to do? And everyone's like, we're waiting on you. You guys let us know, And then we're like, oh, darn it.
Right. Oh, wait, we're the ones we were praying for. Oh.
But yeah, like, so it's about, I mean, I see that as a perspective into these new dimensions, it's like, and like, what kind of perspectives are we sharing and bringing, and what kind of world are we committed to building? And, I think we're going to look to our tribes to get some understanding on that collective journey, that collective purpose and soul mission.
So would you feel like that, like in the book at the end, the greater mission? So that greater mission, like I love the picture you used of like the 3D earth to the 5D earth. Like I feel like I've seen something similar like that. You look at it, you're like, oh, isn't that nice? But when I was reading it in your book, I was like, I really see it now. Like I felt like I got an experience from how you framed it, you put the picture, the words, and then your overall kind of heart intention that you put into that part of the book. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what we're doing, where I didn't really see it before.
And I appreciate you saying that, and I think it's good having that visual. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, we're not here to be debating with each other. We're not here to be worrying about third dimensional things, really. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. How much time we spent discussing, arguing, debating, whatever third dimensional things that really are just an illusion.
It's not even real. No, worth our time and attention.
All of those structures are ultimately an illusion. So we are stepping into this new fifth dimensional reality as like, kind of like pioneers. It's the Wild West a little bit, It's like, what kind of structures are we going to build? What are we not going to build? And yeah, we've done this before many lifetimes, I'm sure, but this is our first time doing it here on Earth.
Wow. Wow. So I know we're getting close to the hour, and thank you so much for being here, but I would love to hear a little bit more from your beautiful mind of your understanding of the fifth dimension.
So the way that I'm putting it in my mind's context, let's say, is that the third dimensional earth is the continuation of, you know, like our systems and structures. It's not disappearing. It's going to continue on its slower evolutionary journey. The question is, are we going to stay there with the third dimensional earth, or are we going to go onto this higher version of earth, which is just, I think, a parallel version of the same earth that's operating at a higher frequency. So let me just give you an example. So if you, one thing I've realized is like, stay in political debates and you're going to stay in that third dimensional earth, right? But the fifth dimensional earth is there waiting for all of us to step into, to walk through. And the way I understand it is every day when I wake up, I make a choice. Which earth am I going to live in? Am I going to be stressing about third dimensional things, or am I going to be visualizing fifth dimensional possibility? You know, am I going to be creating a new way? Am I going to be, whenever I hear myself say, oh, you can't do that. Like, well, it's going to cost this, or it's going to be this. Like, that's third dimensional. Do you know what I mean? Like fifth dimensional living is, not, it's refusing limitation. I think, you know, it's an expanded, unlimited way of being on this planet. It's a more connected way of living with each other, with nature. You know, it's a more love and compassion centered earth.
And I love that it's, like you said, it's up to us, right? And it's a daily choice to wake up. And I love that question. Which earth am I going to live on today?
Right?
Right? Because it's so, I mean, we're so trained to live in the 3D earth that's based on lack.
Yeah.
But this 5D earth that we're actually designed for is a world of our creation, of what we can, if we could see it, we could achieve it. And it's based on unlimited resources and abundance. And because it's all this ether, you know, it's all.
And I just kept getting messages in all the books that I was writing from my guides. They're like, we're celebrating. You guys did it. And I'm thinking, well, why am I in suffering, or in this illusion of suffering? Like, wait, we need to tap into the celebration, you know, because that's a frequency that's happening right now. We are celebrating that we've already like evolved the earth. The earth's already gone into 5D. It's already gone and become this beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like,
So it's kind of like we're like in the echo of the old earth.
Yes, that's beautiful. Totally. Yes.
I was just thinking of your beautiful homeland in Sedona, like when you get up on a ridge or something and you could go, hello, hello, and it goes, hello. But we're like way down in the echo.
Right.
Not necessarily.
That's right. Yeah, the echo's going away.
Yes, yeah, it's winding, getting less and less and less and less.
And just feeling like there's not anything we need to like sort out in our minds in the fifth dimension. You know, it's more just operating from our heart. It's, you know what I mean? Like just making heart-centered decisions, operating daily from our heart. Things are going to align. Like that is how it's going to work. You know? Right.
Because in the water code, you write, I mean, I love the visuals that you received about like these toroidal fields and like how like we're really actually structured because we're mostly water in physical form.
Right.
That's another book everybody needs to get. Water code is so good. So good. The 13th chakra system I'm so into right now. I'll have you back to talk about water code. Too.
Okay.
There's so much to talk about.
There's a ton. I know.
Totally. But I feel like that living in your heart field, like, you know, Heart Math Institute, they're measuring how powerful it is than the mental field.
Oh, yeah. Totally. I'm like, but think about it. This earth that we're on right now, isn't it so much easier than where we were in 2011?
Oh my gosh. It is like mild. There's a huge difference. Huge difference because we went through the 2011, 2012 gateway, and the earth didn't like perish. We, you know, we made it through the Mayan calendar, one of them, right?
I know.
Everybody was like, all our guides are like,
Totally. Hey, I was sitting in a vortex on that date in Sedona, Arizona.
You were?
1st, 2012, meditating at Cathedral Rock. Yes, I was.
I think that was on purpose, because you as an ambassador of light needed to be doing that.
Probably. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing it. Yeah. I was just doing it.
Now, that was before Egypt, your journey to Egypt?
Yeah, Egypt.
Now I want to talk to you about that too.
That was so profound. And for anyone, you know, I think anyone with that kind of lineage, ancient ancestor, or, you know, even galactic neighbors, I think they'd really resonate with Egypt, because it's so alien. You can just tell, like, everything that's been drawn and written on the, you know, it's so far advanced. Like, we don't even know even a shred of what they were trying to communicate. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And you get to really, like, when you go through it and you're like, oh, this is like, they wrote down everything. Nicole's saying Egypt resonates with her. Oh my gosh. Like, they put down, they were drawing their advanced technologies. They wanted to be sure we really got the information. And I sit there and look at it and I'm like, do we have even a tenth of
scratch the surface?
No. Wow. So yeah, that was a big thing. It really unlocked stuff. I mean, I'm just going to put this out there, Shannon.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe in the future, we do a trip to Egypt and bring some people there. Yeah. I do think the first one has to be the baby elephants, though.
Yes. Oh, yes. So tell us more, a little bit, like, tease us with the baby elephants.
Okay.
We're going.
My Thailand, where you can go and the baby elephants come to bathe and you get to wash them, and they like sit on your lap and they roll around and they're like dirty and you're covered in mud and everyone's laughing, and it to me just looks like a total bucket list, have to do. And
I want like the elephant like injection, the vaccine of like pure joy.
Pure joy, right? That's exactly what we should be injecting.
It cures everything.
It does. So yeah, we've still got the whale trip.
Yes, we have the whale trip to Silver Bank for sure. And Rainey swam with the humpback whales of Silver Bank, the humpback whales of Ruatua.
Yes.
And you had your encounter with a whale shark in Silver Bank.
That was so amazing. It was the most gentle thing you've ever. It was just like, just wanted to hang out with us and swim, and like, it was so gentle. Like, would swim right up to you, like on the, kind of had to move out of the way. Right. And they were like, he's lonely. He's the only whale shark out here, and so he's hanging with us. So we would come back and
he found his soul family.
He did. He was like, hey, the cosmic cetaceans are here.
Yay! And you also shared with me during that trip that you and, of course, you and Joan were roommates, and you were sleeping. There was the mama whale was sleeping under you all night under the boat.
Oh my gosh, that was the most. I mean, I will never forget the night's sleep I had on that boat. There are only 3 boats given a permit to be in the Silver Bank, which is like over 100 square miles, where
the Dominican Republic, right?
In the Dominican, all of the humpback whales come to mate and give birth. And so we're one of 3. I mean, I'm telling you, there are humpback whales breaching everywhere you look.
Oh my God.
Get up in the morning, have your coffee, and it's like, oh, there's humpback whales breaching. There's more humpback whales. It's incredible. So sleeping on a boat in the Silver Bank over all of these, I don't even know, thousands, who knows how many whales, there's maybe millions come up there. My dreams were, they were just like next level. I mean, I was having communications with the whales and mother whale, and I don't know, it was so profound. I mean,
Wow.
I will never forget that. And I definitely want to go back. So we should
Yes.
plan a trip there.
Yes, right. So we need to, I'll help you with ideas, but to plan
Yes.
retreats for all the types of soul tribes,
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
Cosmic
We're going to want to
Temptations
do
need to go
different
to the
things.
water,
We're going to want to do the water.
right?
The light dragons are probably going to want to do caves or something, right?
Right? Oh my God, the cake.
Keepers of the grid are going to want to put, they're going to want
crystal
to
grids and
somewhere. They'll probably be in Hawaii.
right? Ley lines somewhere, like
Yeah.
something amazing. The light workers will be like, we'll just come on all of them because we just like the good feeling.
They will. Light workers are invited everywhere.
right. They got their free pass for all the retreats.
That's right.
Oh, that's so great.
Sheen.
Oh, so Rainey, so I hate to let you go, of course. Definitely come back and share more of your wisdom and your beauty and your loving heart math presence. So we're gonna go take the quiz. We're gonna go sign up for the training.
Okay.
So if you don't have the link there, I'll put it up today. So sign up for it's a 5-day training, free.
Free training.
And you can go deeper into all of the goodies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hang on, it's a 5-day training with 4 bonus days. Okay. So you really get 9 days, okay, of training. Wow. And on one of those bonus days, your very own Shannon from your ladies is going to be interviewed.
I'm so excited. I'm going to be on there Sunday, right?
Sunday the 13th.
I'm so
special. I'm so excited. Same time as now.
We're going to be talking cosmic cetaceans.
We are. Cetaceans. We're going to be talking Shannon's journey. So I'm just so thrilled to have you on and to talk to you more about that.
Oh my God, me too, Rainey. Thank you. And thank you so much for being here. Any parting words that you'd like to share or anything we need to do before we dive into Rainey's world through the training? I know you do life coaching, because I was thinking some of the people who are maybe finding their ancestral lineages or the galactic neighbors, they might want to do some one-to-ones with you to help them.
Well, and I do offer that. If you go to my website, I have a coaching page where you can do a one-on-one session with me, or you want to do 3 sessions. We can deep dive into your soul tribe. I'm going to be announcing this coming week the launch of Soul Family Academy, which is a 12-month ongoing program where I'm going to provide ongoing consistent support for anybody who signs up for it. So I've really got a plan to make this into something where we can support one another and, really have a place for people to come and feel at home.
Yes. And I think that is such a beautiful offering to give to the world, to our communities for 2021. So I'm excited for all the ladies in Lunar Ladies Land to come to the training and spend more time with you, find their soul tribes, and definitely join the academy, because I think 2021 it's going to be sanctuary.
Yeah.
To help you, whatever changes come, it doesn't matter in the 3D structural world. If you got your 5D soul tribe consciousness flowing, you're going to be just fine.
You're going to be fine. That's exactly right. Yeah. It's so true. So here's your life support. It's your life preserver.
Right. Here's like you had your life preserver with Barbara and the Family of Life, but now you're here to say, well, I'm going to give you a life cruise ship.
A cruise ship.
Right, we're going from preserver to the cruise ship.
Totally.
I love it. And we're so lucky to have Rainey at the helm, captaining the cruise ship.
Well, you're at the helm too, Shannon.
Oh, I'll be happy to be first mate.
Okay. I'm honored to be on your show and to talk to you, Shannon. You're just such a bright, beautiful light. You are.
Rainey. And I just have to say thank you, Benoit, for introducing me to Rainey, because that was the best gift ever.
Yes, Benoit. We love you.
I can't wait to go swimming again. All of us, we call Benoit Bubbles, because champagne.
Benoit's coming. coming on our next retreat too. It's just,
Yes.
we were long overdue.
We're long overdue.
So now we've got all these ladies who can come to, and we can really have a good time.
And we can like, instead of when you say those hello badges, like, hello, I'm Shannon, we'll list our tribe.
There, that's perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, I've never met a real light warrior in person or light dragon.
Right, exactly. I think that's a great plan, Shannon.
Awesome. Cool. I'm happy to be on your creative board to come up with as many ideas as possible.
Perfect. Yes. Well, we'll continue that. We'll continue to brainstorm.
Great. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to see you in the training. I'll be watching and learning from you this week. So I'm very excited. So if you don't have the links, we'll list them. So go sign up today. It's free. And then you can have fun all this week right into the 12-12 gateway on Saturday.
Yes. And you'll be there right after the gateway.
Right. What a better guide to go into the 12-12 gateway than Rainey.
And Shannon.
I'll see you in the 13th gateway. Okay. Well, thank you for having me. Yes. Thanks for making the time and celebrating on our sacred Sunday together.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you everybody for being with us and your comments. And I didn't get a chance to, Teresa is a starseed dragon. She's amazing. You should see her green eyes. They're so beautiful.
Amazing.
Yes. So thank you everybody for being with us and sharing your beautiful comments. And we'll go back and we'll look at questions. And again, thank you, Rainey, for being with us. And you're welcome to come back anytime you want. So you just let me know and we'll set it up.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Thanks, Shannon. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.